Asa, I hate to say it, girl, but you ain't built like that. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact. Sorry, I covered the entire pencil with my hand. That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact. I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact. I mean, it's so weird, right? Because Chainsaw Man is one of those mangas where ultimately I am kind of sort of expecting basically any character to just spontaneously detonate at any moment. It is very much like JJK was in that fashion, where I'm like, let me not get too attached to anything with a pulse. Heaven forbid I learn their name, gosh darn it, they could probably fall. In fact, the big three manga that I reviewed, or at least reviewed before they ended, that always had me on that vibe is Kagurabachi, Chainsaw Man, and JJK. They're all three manga that I'm like, anybody can get it. But there are some characters where I'm like, anybody but them can get it. And Denji's one of them, so there's absolutely no way. And while this is an interesting twist, it looks like Asa's pointing that gosh darn thing at herself. She upping it on herself. She's not doing that either. These two, they're too important. It's to the point where you almost know it can't happen. And sure, Gege pump faked us once or twice, and admittedly did go kind of crazy with one of them. And Kagurabachi so far hasn't done it. Notably in terms of pump faking us, and or if not pump faking us, then actually taking out someone major in terms of JJK. But Chainsaw Man did it. It did off its deuteragonist and female lead in part 1. It hit us with a wombo combo 20 chapters deep. So maybe I should be expecting it. Maybe I should believe that ultimately Denji could get, but his name is on the manga, bro. You know what I'm saying? His name, it's, let's say expecting Naruto to die in Naruto. I'm not even confident that Naruto's gonna die in Boruto. That's how confident I am. That no, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. And this ain't an Avatar thing where we're just gonna get a whole new cast and everything. The old previous guy's gonna be dead or old. This isn't this kind of story, as far as I can tell. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to off Denji just from a narrative perspective. Same thing with Asa from a narrative perspective. So I'm intrigued. So let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 195. Kill Me Tears. I managed to kick Yoru out for now. Interesting. The thing is, though, can she just take back? That's what I'll admit. They have explained it multiple times, how the whole Yoru versus Asa control thing works. But I keep forgetting, because I have the memory of a gerbil that was drowned, aka no memory at all. So, legitimately, I don't remember, but, what stops Yoru from just gripping it right now? Immediately just being whoa, baby girl, give me that back. I mean, to be fair, though, what had to happen last time Yoru took control, essentially right back in the aging arc. Well, Millie, the thing is, she just took control not 4 or 5 chapters ago. Because it was Asa at first who was in the restaurant with everybody. But then Yoru did the whole haha, I am the villain, even though she's not the villain, she's the protagonist. But I suppose, yeah, you can have a protagonist villain. So, technically, she's both. For all intents and purposes, she's literally both. But I don't know, that was kind of just random. There was no stimuli there that allowed Yoru to take over. It also just had her guard down, I guess. So I guess Asa just can't let her guard down now? I don't know. I know I've asked this before, and I'm sorry, but I'm old. And I review a bunch of stuff, but mainly I'm old and have the memory of a drowned gerbil. So please, if you could, re-explain to me how the whole possession thing works. What are the conditions for Yoru taking over Asa, and Asa taking over Yoru? She says, I managed to kick out Yoru for now, but does that mean that while we can't see her here, Yoru was hey, give me the body back? She's literally just right there, freaking and tweaking over the fact that she lost control of the body while she was flirting with her boy toy. Or, can she not hear Yoru right now? Kick her out. I don't know. I'm assuming it's just kick her out of control, because we know they see each other. We just recently haven't gotten because we've been spending too much time with Denji, with the titular character, that we haven't really gotten to see Asa and Yoru on the same panel chatting with each other, because we've had another main character we're following. So, regardless, let's hop right into chapter 195, Kill Me Tears. I managed to kill Yoru for now. Huh? Asa. That's nice. Notably, it is kind of confirmed in universe. Maybe the only thing that changes is her eyes. The scar is always there. It's just that we get the differences for us as readers, because, higher dimensional beings. But it is nice that he pretty much immediately is oh, I kind of forgot you were here, baby girl, but, you gonna boo me? Please don't boo me. I mean, I already told Pochino I'm gonna get booed, but please don't boo me. Let's see. Boom! She immediately upset on herself. This is the thing, right? Wasn't the whole point, that, and obviously, I don't think it'd be, that's weird, though. Like, I guess the question would be, and this is a question I'll ask y'all, because I'll give you my answer as well, because I'm not going to say Asa's a bad character, a bad character for this, or hasn't had any character development because of the choice I doubt she's going to make for, like, narrative reasons. But if you, yes, you, the individual, found out you were saddled with a being capable of destroying and or saving while destroying a majority of the world and a bunch of innocent people, and the only way you could permanently stop this entity would be by booming yourself. Are you booming yourself? There is just like Asa, there's a possibility that this entity can't come out, and like you could maintain control over it to the point where it has no choice but to obey your commands not obey your commands, quote unquote, and you do get access to the superpowered abilities of this entity. They can use it better than you. There may be slight physiological differences between you and it, but bada bing, bada boom, you have this entity, and at any moment when your guard is down, they could take the body and wreak unimaginable havoc. Are you booming yourself? And if your answer is no, don't worry, neither is mine. Or mine is as well. I'm not booming myself. Mainly because I like living, and ultimately I take the gamble. Like, and that's horrific. That's horrible. That's bad. Obviously, Yoru has done monstrous, devious, and diabolical things. But overall, she hasn't necessarily been a whole net negative. She saved Asa's life. And honestly, I just cannot picture booming myself. Not because I have a particularly strong sense of self. It's just I like living. So like it'd be one thing if the only way I could live is like for 2 seconds each day, and I just need to watch my body be piloted around by another entity that consistently takes the lives of it. Like, then I'd be like, okay, the second I get those 2 seconds of control and I know I'm not getting it back, boom, I'm booming myself, because like I have no control. But for Asa very particularly, it is literally a matter of mental strength, which she doesn't have much of, obviously. But like, if it's me versus my literal inner demons, man, put like we putting them up. I'm boxing. I may struggle to sleep a little bit, man, be on some Shukaku and Gaara in part 1 type beat. Like, gosh darn it, I want to live. Like, call me Nico Robin from part 1. I want to live. Like straight up. So I bet you Asa ain't booming herself, despite Denji's shock and horror on the fact that she could be booming herself. But I don't blame her for not being able to if she doesn't. Like, there's no way we're booming Yoru or Asa. Both. Like, we're not doing that. But let's see. Yep, see, like, and that's the thing. I can't even blame her. I can't blame her. Because, like, this is gonna sound so stupid and so corny, but I love living, gang. I love being alive. To feel the blood pump through my veins, the vitality in my body. Especially, like, now that I've been working out more and getting stronger, like, really, like, taking advantage of the fact that despite being 2 feet tall, I have pretty solid genetics. Like, peep the build. I haven't even hit the gym today yet, but like, look at the build, and I still have so much farther to go. And it's just like me enjoying life and like working out and doing things and bada bing bada boom. Sure, other parts of life that ain't the best, absolutely. Bills, they suck, but like obviously life itself is just such a good and amazing thing, and especially so I don't know what happens after it. I want to enjoy it while I got it. Gosh darn it, it's the one thing you can't get back, your life. So I can't blame her for saying, I can't. I'm scared. I can't do myself in after all. I can't do it myself after all. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. Because you got one. And like, I know Dung Legenta, because you're possessed for that bada bing bada. But still, like, that's the thing. I can't knock her hustle there. I can't. And even like, and the thing is, it sounds so selfish. It sounds wrong to me, right? Like, I have the, and obviously you could make the altruism argument or the utilitarian argument. Like, well, yes, you do contain one of the most powerful and dangerous creatures ever, but at the same time, that creature could be responsible for saving all of humanity. So if it comes at the cost of them slaughtering a tiny amount of humanity, it'd be like that when it'd be like that sometimes. You gotta look at the utilitarian view of it. And that's how public safety views it, right? Like, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. But like, even if I could verbally or rationally justify it like that, like, hey, the only reason I'm not booing myself, even though I have the capacity to destroy the world if this entity takes control of me for an extended period of time, is because the world will actually be ended if I don't stick around with this dangerous entity and make it stronger. Yeah. My real reasoning would be I don't want to die. And like, the thing is, I'd be mad honest about it too. I'd be like, gang, like, notably, think about it. Like, even if I was in like the Naruto Part 1 scenario, even if everybody hated your boy and was like, you suck, you're ugly, you're stupid, Ninetales, I'd be like, My fault, gang. Gotta keep living though. So yeah, I don't blame Asa at all. Hey, could you? Okay, Denji, help her. I know you're afraid of being boomed, and I get it. I also don't want to be boomed. If it was by the girl I love, no, I don't want to be boomed. Gosh darn it! I'm not like I've seen a lot of people. Admittedly, it's calmed down mainly because I don't actually. Has there been like a recent famous anime yandere? I'm trying to think. Like there are obviously ones in like niches and stuff like that. And like I guess I can think of like some side characters who have yandere-ass relationships. But notably, I feel like yanderes have kind of fallen off in the last decade or so. Toga from My Hero Academia. But does she really count? She's like a soft version of the archetype, I'd say. Because like especially because she's like not that major of a character. Like she's the main antagonist for the female lead who barely gets any screen time herself in that manga. So like technically, Toga is a big recent example in, like, the definition of new gen. So I guess technically she counts. And there are obviously a bunch of examples that I just don't know because I haven't read every manga and anime. But, yeah, I'm not into it. Never got, like, don't get me wrong. I'd appreciate someone being extremely loyal to me. I would be extremely loyal to my partner. Have been in the past, will be in the future. So, like, I get that. But, I'm sorry, you want to what? Like, what do you mean you want to drink my... No! I'm sorry, you want to do what? Because a woman looked at me? Yo! I am not being accomplished. Like that I'm not into. But at the same time, dude, you like clearly she's undergoing some mental distress right now, dog. Mental distress that you yourself have personally dealt with. You could help her out. Clearly, she doesn't really want to boom you. Let's see. Hey, could you not boom me anymore? Ugh, darn it. Immediately upset again. Like, come on now. Once again, not happening. Denji, please. Oh. But like that's it's not happening, eh? But you know what, I gotta like in regards to stuff like this, I gotta think of it from the in-universe perspective and not so much the meta perspective. And that's a big thing, right? Like as an anime and manga reviewer and a guy who talks about it and writes about it and stuff like that, I always do like tackle things from a meta perspective almost at the same time as I do from a story perspective and a character perspective, which is hilarious because despite all the meta-narrative stuff I talk about as a reviewer, like, I don't actually care too much about that meta-narrative stuff. Like, I like characters. Like, in the massive grand tiering system of, like, pencil's priorities, it goes characters at 1. If I like the characters of your universe, then fantastic, I'll do with it. Then it's, like, art, specifically in regards to, like, anime and manga. Obviously, in books and stuff like that, I don't have pictures, I don't care. It's mainly character work. Then it's story, because I do prefer, like, at least, it doesn't have to be the craziest story out there, it doesn't have to be the best story, but just to have decent story. Once again, I'm more of a character guy. Then it's, like, meta-narrative stuff. But I think whenever I get into reviewer critique mode, like, it'll just shift. It'll just, like, art will probably stay, like, number 2, but, like, it'll shift to meta-narrative stuff being, like, right beneath characters, and sometimes even above characters, like in a moment like this, where I'm so focused on the idea of, like, you're not booming them, Fujimoto. You're not gay. And, of course, maybe, once again, whenever the Death Thief drops, maybe one of them will get boomed. One of them. But even then, I highly doubt that, too. So, like, I don't know, you didn't have the nerve to boom Yoshida. So how am I supposed to have any belief in this conflict that you're supposedly going to have Yoru or Asa boom Denji or Denji's going to have to boom out? Like, no one's booming anybody. Everyone's too major. That's the thing. The cast is a little bit too small now. And I know, I've had a lot of people said the same thing about Aki and Power when Chainsaw Man was first coming out. But like, I just until the Death Thief drops, I'm not seeing any big Death Thieves drop. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see. Kill me, or I'll kill you. Say what? He's like, oh, so that's a little bit freaky. Even freakier than I thought you were. Why am I looking into this? Let's see. Yoru's thinking something crazy. Being the Death Thief won't solve anything. Well, actually, I mean, once again, it really all depends on what the big D's even like. Because, like, it's clear that while the horsemen manifest in ways that do typically err towards violence, it really all depends on how they themselves choose to interact. There's not like a base set personality for them. The biggest example of this is obviously Control, aka aka Makima and Nayuta. Simply because Nayuta was found at an early age and was actually raised by a guy who cared about her as an individual. Sure, she had her moments of freaking out and spazzing out like the Control D would, but she didn't really. The reason Makima ended up the way she did is because public safety manipulated her and gaslit her and gatekeeped her and girl bossed her, and she was like, oh, well, I just gotta control everything. She followed her innate nature in combination to her nurturing. Nayuta had an innate nature, but as we saw, she clearly didn't seem all too intent in following it because of her nurturing. And same with Yoru, who currently, while she definitely still has no regard for human life, is a lot more chill than she initially appeared to be. Like, clearly she's willing to do certain things that she would have never done before, like fall in love. Like genuine, real, actual love, not just love born of sharing a body and physiology with another person. So, like, sure, the Death D could be a mean person. That's what the prophecy says. But at the same time, they could just show up and be a gal. Heck, look at Fami. Sure, she created the entire Chainsaw Man Church, which led to a whole bunch of mass slaughter. But at the current moment, she kind of just gave up and likes to eat. Another horseman. She's clearly being affected by humanity. So I think maybe it could kind of end up like the Doomsday Clock scenario. And if you are wondering, Pencil, what on earth is that? DC Comics a few years back, and I say a few years back, I feel like I haven't heard about it in a while, because it kind of happened a while ago. And we had like the whole like Batman like that. Hey, man, actually, it has been a minute. But essentially, in DC Comics a while ago, there was an event where Dr. Manhattan saw a future where he battled with Superman, and then everything went black. Like all of creation was erased from reality. And essentially, what Dr. Manhattan thought that was, oh, Superman gonna kill me or I destroy everything. Like, he thought it was a binary 50-50. Only to actually get to that moment and find that he was just wrong. Like, he didn't see the future well enough. And Superman punched a guy behind him, and bada bing bada boom was defending Dr. Manhattan. And Dr. Manhattan was like, oh, well, clearly, I was thinking too much in binaries. Well, time to save the universe, and he saved the universe. And that could be the same thing with the Death D here, where, like, yeah, there seems to be this set-in-stone prophecy by Nostradamus where the Death D will ultimately end up destroying all of reality, slaying all life, and wiping the planet. But once again, metaphysically, the Death D doing that would essentially be it offing itself. And unless we go with the idea of it's like a Death of the Endless situation, which also, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm on a DC kick right now. I think it's because I heard the Wonder Woman game was canceled, and I was like, oh yeah, of course. The thing had been shadow canceled for years at this point. It was what, like 4-5 years since that thing had been announced? And I know, that sounds crazy coming from a Kingdom Hearts fan, but like, that game was never coming out. But with that being the case, I think of it like the whole concept of the Death of the Endless in DC, where ultimately, even it knows, yeah, I'm gonna die. Kind of. The way it's written is like, it takes everything from the last star to the last planet, everything life is gone, the universe itself dies, and it just closes the door in creation, and then goes somewhere. It's implied that because of how vague the story ends, it's not implied. It's hard to know if Death of the Endless itself dies, and or if it just goes on to the next creation. Because DC operates a multiple creation theory, but not even just multiple. And when I say creation, I mean like creation in like everything, including all the levels of the multiverse. Because everything dies in DC until it doesn't, because plot. But would that be the case? Maybe that's a similar case here. But the main reason I say the Death D coming out and wiping out all life is antithetical is because it would directly wipe itself in that case. Because remember, Ds are only manifested from the fears of humans. Why is the darkness D so strong? Because humans really fear darkness. Why is the falling D so strong? Because it's a primal fear of humans. And like living things. Because death. So like, I don't know. Once again, I feel like maybe they're putting too many eggs in the Death D being horrific and bad. But then again, even her sisters don't like her. So like, it's really hard to tell. Once again, Yoru's planning something even worse than humanity's extinction. Oh. What is she planning? How? What's worse? Like, I mean, mass enslavement? But like, I actually do wonder, what is worse than the extinction of humanity? Even Denji's like, I didn't know there were levels beyond that. Me too, Denji, me too. Wait. It's so bad. I don't even want to say it. Say it. Or think it, and then project your thoughts on the page so I can know if that is. Because like, I'm trying to, what is worth the extinction of all life? Maybe a life of endless conflict. Like, notably, I guess it goes something like this, right? I've personally believed that capital punishment is not the worst thing that you can do to a human being. Wanna know why? Because I think the worst thing you can do with a human being is keep them alive yet alone. Forever. Keep feeding them, you give them the water, make sure they never pass away, but don't interact with them ever. I'll lock them away in a small box for the rest of their days. Let them live out the rest of their natural lifespan and go absolutely insane because humans are social creatures that rely on interaction. The most introverted and socially anxious person needs to interact with something or somebody or some external stimuli. Humans are literally hardwired that way. So, If that's a greater punishment than even death, Yoru's hypothetical worse than humanity's extinction plot could literally having every human being fight forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. No rest, no nothing, and that could eventually lead to humanity's extinction unless she perpetuates that conflict out of fear of her own erasure. Because that's the thing. All D's likely fear the big D so much because her wiping out everything would essentially lead to them being wiped from existence too, and obviously most things want to exist. So Yoru essentially gaining infinite power and perpetuating her conflict ad infinitum by creating a world of non-stop destruction, malice, and conflict. I can see how that'd be worse, in a way. Let's see.
Please, if you don't kill her right now, it'll be disastrous.
Now see, if I was given this kind of proposal, like, I'm not sure how much the willpower argument would hold. Like, that's the thing. It would essentially be the whole idea, at any moment, I could become something that would do something horrific to humanity. I'd be like, okay. Then again, I may outsource it like Asa. I'd be like, I can't do it myself, but somebody's got to boom me, dog. It's too dangerous. But let's see. What? You serious? He's like, gang, I cannot do this right now.
I'm serious.
Then why are you pointing that thing at me? That is a good point. I mean, like, once again, she's threatening, right? Like, she's holding you hostage essentially by doing this, and I get that. It's kind of like how people just like when you're being robbed 9 out of 10 times. If they have the splagooter, they aren't gonna actually use the splagooter on you. They could get your blood on the money. No, but like that could be there, but they're gonna hold you there by holding the splagooter in your general direction because you know you are not faster than a splagooter. They aren't actually going to use it on you, but the threat of them using it on you is going to keep you there. Let's see.
Because I don't have the guts to boom myself, obviously. There was never any way I could be friends with a D. I was an idiot to get duped.
Okay, but not entirely. Once again, I think 9 out of 10 people, if put in your Asa's situation, would still take the deal that Asa took. Like we want to live. It's human. Like, it is a fundamental aspect of everything that lives to want to perpetuate itself and its species. Like, obviously, all things that live kind of innately know they're going to die. Like, we fight it. We fight it by working out, eating healthy, seeking immortality, of course. But, like, all that lives knows it shall die. The very creation we exist in will eventually perish if the heat death of the universe ends up being a real thing, which it probably will be. So, like, we wish and hope to perpetuate ourselves through, as a species, by making more of us, which will eventually die as well and keep that same base instinct. So I don't blame, once again, I just can't find myself blaming Asa. Yeah, sure, it's rough, but I don't blame you for not wanting to boom yourself, and I don't blame you for taking the deal. Let's see. Hey, I think you could be friends. He's like, you know what, I'll take this for Denji, even if it does seem a little bit selfish, because obviously, like, 2 girlfriends is always better than the price of 1, which, in some places, actually is, for some reason. I mean, I don't get it. Then again, I was raised to believe in monogamy. But, with that being the case, I do get it. Denji doesn't want to randomly off him. Like, either of them. Once again, he obviously is already feeling some sort of connection to Yoru. He was casually feeling some type of way and enjoying living with her and didn't really care about it. At the same time, he does feel a connection to Asa. Because remember, it was only Asa who had her memories wiped of Denji. He still cares for her. So, like, he clearly does not want to boom her. Especially considering, currently, this is the only woman that loves him. Heck, it's his only real friend at this point. That's it. Denji doesn't have anybody else. Who, Yoshida? Good, you mean the guy that betrayed him? Yeah, good luck with that. Fumiko? You know, another person that betrayed him? Yeah, good luck with that. Knight is dead. Power's dead. Anki's dead. Like, there's no... He has nothing. So, ultimately, I get it. On a selfish level, he doesn't want to boom her. Even if it is for the sake of humanity, because once he'd be alone again. And 2, that very same reason. Let's see.
We can't. That's why I'm asking you to off us. Are you gonna kill me, or do you want to die?
Huh? Once again, it's probably like, I'd be like, well, you could just throw yourself off a building, but at the same time, probably not. Let's see. Huh? Oh. Where? Denji with the steel chair? Where'd you even get that? Was that in the last? Am I tweaking? Where'd the chair come from? Alright.
Wait.
Okay. So he's like, fine. I mean, like, I can boom you. But let me show you how you're clearly not ready for that. So he swings the chair and is like, duh, you want to live. So let's not do this. Let's work on a possibility. Let's see. Huh?
Murderer!
You told me to kill. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. It's so weird because I get it. Like even, like I think, like even if I knew it was for the greater good, if someone did actually try to boom me, even if I asked them, I'd be like, dude. like I, especially considering it was so abrupt, I do get it. You told me to kill you.
Agonize a little longer. I'm not mentally prepared.
After all this time, Asa, you're not mentally prepared. I don't blame you. You're not like even like say I do live. Let's say the most hypothetical best case scenario. I live the perfect life from this point on. I get in perfect physical shape. I maintain that. I live to like 115. I have a huge family, a whole bunch of kids, a happy wife, a happy life. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm surrounded by many children and my grandchildren on my deathbed. I know everyone will be fine financially, somehow, in this day and age, really, somehow. I know I've touched many people's hearts through the content I create and the work I've done, like all that. I've done all that. I'm laying there, knowing that at any moment, I'm gonna die. I still wouldn't be mentally prepared to die. I know, I'm old, but I'm not in the headspace where I will, but ultimately, I don't think, even the most content and mentally at peace person, I feel like no one's like mentally ready to just be like, all right, time to go. Like, but then again, I know some people who are like, I just want to go, and I don't get that, but maybe just because I'm young and able-bodied, right? Like, I'm old, but I ain't that old, and I'm very physically able and capable. So who knows? Maybe once my body starts to break down and betray me, and ultimately, like, my life quality like drops off a cliff, then maybe I'll be more mentally ready. But like, I get not being ready to do it and not being mentally prepared. Let's see. When I die, I come back to life, and honestly, I'm still never ready for it. And that's true. I mean, that is true. Like, that's the thing. You're never ready. You're never ready. Let's see. Somebody who can only kick the bucket once would never be mentally prepared. Yeah. Honestly, Denji, that is the most mentally mature thing. Well, actually, he did have that moment in the aging arc where he kind of realized his meta-narrative purpose. But like, honestly, Denji, that's the most real thing and mature thing you've ever said. Yeah. No matter what, even if you could kick the bucket multiple times, like, I still wouldn't be ready for it. Like, say I would find someone tells me, or I find out, like, say I live and I perish and I wake up again. I'm like, huh? And I'm like back here for, let's just say at this perfect moment. I'm like, and I'm kind of in like a weird extended Groundhog Day scenario where I'll just keep living. Or even if I like reincarnate each time, like on some Avatar type beat, I'm still like alive in some metaphorical sense, I still wouldn't be ready to die. That's gonna suck. You know, it's pleasant. Even if it's painless, I don't think that'd be good. Let's see. What is Asa thinking? Hair blowing in the wind. Aw. Why is Denji's mouth drawn so weirdly there? Something about his mouth. It's like he's got a tooth gap here. I don't know. This is. Oh wait, no, never mind. I get it. That's meant to be the tongue, and then there's meant to be his bottom row of teeth. Sorry, that was looking weird for me for a second. It's the way I look at it is like he's got like a mean buck tooth. And I know that's coming. It sounds crazy coming from me, really, because I'm so far away from the camera. But like, I also have a tooth gap that I just never got fixed. Like, my teeth are jacked up. Like, not to the point where like I can't use them. If you take care of them, but like, my mouth is a mess if you like look at it too close. Let's see. Oh, so she's falling crying. But that's the thing. And this is where Chainsaw Man always gets points for me. Like on the character writing and the humanity of the characters. Yeah, I'm never gonna be ready to be boomed. Let's see.
A bunch of people died because the D inside me.
See, like, at what point does it get worse translating out that word for D? They're just gonna say other things. No, we're sticking with it.
I don't want anyone else to die because I can't speak up.
Well, that's not necessarily a matter of you speaking up. It's a matter of you maintaining control. Let's see. But you're still afraid to die, right? And I've got a great idea. Denji. Let's think about all that unpleasant stuff after I murderize the Death Devil. Oh! Right now, we're having fun. Only think about blasting through that. Well, but yeah, I'm seeing it. Like, people have brought it up before, and I'll bring it up again. The idea that Denji's, like, regard for what humans would innately have value in is slow. Like, it's degrading. And like, I guess you could even say his willingness to just flat out murder Asa. Like, he didn't even transform. He didn't give her the dignity of, like, a flash. He was gonna beat her over the head with a chair. And, like, I mean, obviously you can die to blunt force trauma, but, like, presumably he would have had to just keep, and, like, keep beaming her until she dies. So, like, clearly his humanity is fading to a certain degree. And now his perspective is shifting. Now his sense of fun truly is just flat out destruction. Not saving people, not helping people, not being a hero, just enjoying himself and his abilities with another person and the only person he has left. Which is simultaneously very human, but also very inhuman, which is nice. Once again, while I'll admit, Denji does have moments of extreme character regression, and it feels like his major bits of progress in terms of his own self-respect and stuff like that always seems to backpedal on the whims of Fujimoto and the character itself. But not only is that, like, very human, I've had moments of character development that I backed up on. I should have been at goal weight 3 years. Okay, not 3. When I start. 2020, was it 2 or 3? I should have been at goal weight, which is 180 pounds, by the way. Currently today, I weighed in at 215, so I'm 35 pounds off. So give me some time. But I should have been at goal weight at least a year and a half ago. Assuming 2022 is when I started, I generally forget. In fact, let me peep. I literally have the... Yeah, just well, to be fair, it was December 2022. So we'll say like a year and a half ago I should have been goal weight. I'm just not. Because I've undone my character development. So like that level of writing and that level is good on that sense. And the development that Denji has, even if it is a quote unquote anti-development, is still good writing. Like that is still real quality stuff. Seeing Denji's perspective and views evolve, so he truly is like a hybrid. Someone with human emotions and cares, but still the lack of care and human emotions that a D would have. That balance is real good. Let's see, she can actually boom it. Is she gonna boom random people? Are they all in that? Is she about to boom them? She's about to boom them. Is Fami here, though? Oh, this just seems like a group of randoms. She's about to boom them all? Pray for Tokyo School Festival. Yep.
You sure got it rough, going to Tokyo now of all times. The class next door, half the students evacuated. They've got more empty seats than students, and the city's pushing us to hold a school festival. It's ridiculous.
I'm leaving you. Well, to be fair, you can't do that. You can't just up and leave the country. But like, man, I am not sticking in the high danger areas. I'm moving out to the countryside. Let's see.
It's ridiculous. Hey folks, sorry to interrupt. Got a transfer student to introduce. Alright, transfer.
Who is this? Is it gonna be like Racing or something? Like, this is a random. I mean, maybe it's gonna be Fami? No, because Fami already has an established friend group.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Who's this? Okay, they're getting boomed, clearly. Is this control? Is this death? Nah. I mean.
I'm the new transfer student. So this is sudden, but I'm here to save you guys.
That's not Fami. Just by the hair texture alone, it's not Fami. In the meter, I doubt that's Fami. It literally cannot be Yoru, because Asa's still alive. And the only two that leaves are control. I mean, to be fair, we know that the horsemen can manifest in like fully manifested or like full adults. Because like Denji, Naito was a little girl when she showed up, despite Makima only having been defeated like a few weeks or a few months prior. So like, maybe this is control again. Interesting. So we may have all three of the horsemen back still in time to prepare for the Big D. Or it could be the Big D yourself, or it could be an avatar of the Big D. Once again, I made this reference last time, but spoilers for Persona 3. I forget the character's name. What is his name? Ryuji? It can't be Ryuji, because that's Persona 5 character's name. What is his name? I really watched a whole bunch. Man, essentially, Avatar of Nyx, the character who was sealed inside the main character, who popped out, and was essentially a prelude to death itself. Yeah, that could be this character. Maybe she's here to save them because she's like, death is about to come down, and I am her, just not yet. But at the same time, I think this could just be a new variation of control, just from the double ring irises. So overall, a W chapter. Once again, I do like the moral conflict. I like the moral conflict, and I like how realistic it is that Asa can't just immediately overcome it by destroying herself. And the hint of Yoru building up to something worse or more dangerous than he made his extinction is also interesting. We haven't really had a real motivation for Yoru up to this point, besides getting her abilities back from Chainsaw Man, which she's clearly at this point basically given up on. So, interesting to get that. Interesting to see Denji be really mature in a sense and also show off his new dualistic, real hybrid persona and hybrid mentality and introduction to a new horseman. So overall, and I'm here actively demanding you women it up and then get it. But if you don't wait to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave old new friend ? Old new friend question mark in the comment section down below. I did thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do happen to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get things like. I actually forgot that. I went so weird into that voice. I don't. Early videos, exclusive content, and more. Also, you can have a Patreon, or you can have a $25 member, or $25 Patreon to order whatever video you want. Also, I have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier, XZ, G Prosper, Zeta, and Brandon Payne. Then I'd like to give a little thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, and A+A. And then I'd like to give a huge thank you to our ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchiha, Yuki Ally, and Carlo Alaimo. Then I'd like to give a gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members, J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patron, Waki Minoz, and iDemokami. Then I'd like to give a final legendary top of the line thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, the glorious king, Calvin Elder.